Hello, my name is Matt Lees, new staff writer at Official Xbox Magazine, and this week on the OXM Report, we're talking to Volition about Red Faction Armageddon. Cool, so we're here with Drew Holmes, who is the lead writer on Red Faction Armageddon.
Yeah.
Huge fans of Red Faction Guerrilla. First of all, can you tell us a little bit more about the game?
Yeah, with Red Faction Armageddon, we've jumped forward about 50 years from the end of Red Faction Guerrilla. You're playing as Darius Mason. He's the grandson of Alec, that was the main character in the first one. The game opens with this big war that's gone on the surface. An enemy that we're going to have being in Red Faction Origins this spring, which is one of our big transmedia pushes. He has kind of brought this evil cult to Mars. It's a kind of an offshoot of the Marauders that appeared in Red Faction Guerrilla, and he's attacked the terraformer, which is kind of the one thing that's keeping the atmosphere stable on Mars. And Darius and the Red Faction guys are kind of tasked with protecting it, and ultimately fail, which drives everyone underground. And we jump forward in time, so Hale has now concocted this plan to release this hidden evil that he's discovered that's been sleeping under Mars the entire time, and tricks Darius into awakening these things, and that's where our main enemy shows up.
Yeah, so you've really gone for a kind of different style of enemy. Last game, obviously, it was all kind of like fighting against the kind of evil government.
Yeah.
With the aliens now, so he's kind of are they aliens, or are they kind of more mutanty creatures?
They are aliens, but it definitely harkens back to things that took place in Red Faction 1. We do go into a lot of the history that took place. Kind of bringing everything full circle from Doc Capek in Red Faction 1.
I mean, one of the main changes we've seen, especially for this game, is now obviously you are underground, and it's does that mean for fans of the game whose favourite kind of feature of that was more the kind of roaming around, knocking over buildings? What do you think you've got that kind of adds into this to ensure that fans of the kind of open world destruction are really going to still really enjoy Armageddon?
Well, I think the big thing is that there's no more kind of roaming around looking for things to destroy, right? Now we're on this focused path where we can go through and we know exactly where you're going to be, and so we can tailor destruction through these underground levels and really build up the amount of destruction that you find in the gameplay. We don't have to worry about maybe they'll see this part or maybe they won't. Now we know that we're going to go down this path, and we can build destruction to really enhance the gameplay.
Awesome. Something that looks quite cool that we've seen a lot about so far is the magnet gun.
Yeah.
Now, you just like run us through how that works, kind of maybe give us a scenario.
The magnet gun, it's actually pretty simple. It's got two shots. The first shot, you can attach it to sort of any destructible material in the world, walls, creatures, whatever. And you fire the second shot, and it takes whatever that first shot into that second shot. And so, you want to grab a piece of a wall, send it flying at an alien, you can do that, smash them good. You want to take a piece of a wall and send it another wall, have the building crash into each other, go ahead. You take two enemies, fling those two in together. It works with whatever is destructible.
It sounds pretty awesome. The thing that we're really excited to know at the moment is, what sort of scale are we talking here? Are we going to be able to pull some seriously big stuff around?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some really, really large destructible buildings in the world. One of the great things about Guerrilla were those, big, massive complexes you could take down, and we've definitely brought those things, the size of those things underground, and for players to play around with.
And on the topic of kind of big destruction, it's kind of been teased. We've seen already the Exosuit, which is kind of has been quoted as, I think, something along the lines of, this is actually the weakest thing you can get, or it's kind of the most basic. On a kind of scale, I'm sure you can't really talk too much about some of the bigger stuff, but are we talking on a scale of like JCB to WMD, which kind of...
Well, we've got the Leo, the Exosuit, is probably the smallest destructible vehicle that we have in the game. In terms of the size that you'll go up to, I think the biggest one we had in Guerrilla was probably the heavy walker. I think the biggest walker we have in this one is probably twice the size of that. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. One of the main complaints, actually, in terms of the weaponry in Guerrilla was that some of the weapons, which were kind of deemed to be like the bad boys, kind of maybe felt like they were a little underwhelming. Kind of felt like maybe you looked at the explosion and went, I was expecting it to be a bit bigger.
Yeah.
Is that something you guys are looking to remedy?
We've all of our weapons have been tailored to destruction. That's something that we are absolutely in tune with in terms of the game. You know, everything is tailored around destruction, and we've built weapons that really take advantage of our destruction engine. You know, we've got, you know, the plasma cannon that fires like these giant explosive, you know, balls that then explode and cause more explosions. We've got a plasma beam that'll cut through these giant slices through buildings, and the magnet gun on top of that. And so, you know, all of our weapons really, aside from the assault rifle and some of the smaller, you know, infantry weapons, everything takes advantage of the destruction engine.
Excellent. Well, sounds wicked. So when can we expect to see Armageddon on the shelves?
We're coming out the 3rd of June, 2011.
3rd of June. 3rd of June. So you've got a bit of time. If you've not played Red Faction Guerrilla yet, I'd recommend you get your ass to Mars. But until then, take care. Bye.